Hi guys. So Sophie's holding her hands over her ears because we have a battery that's gone out in one of the fire detectors upstairs and she's terrified, so don't mind her. I thought for today we could do something a little bit different and do a little, I guess what I'm gonna call a story time video. As some of you guys know, we were affected by Hurricane Harvey here in Houston and our house flooded again. Our house flooded last year also. Last year it was only like an inch and only in certain parts of the house. This year we got about 2 feet of water in the entire ground floor of the house, so that was great. It's now November. The house flooded at the end of August and we just now heard from our insurance adjuster and he finally submitted his estimate to our insurance company. So I thought I would give you guys a little rundown about what happened during Hurricane Harvey. So it rained for about 3 days straight, and the night of the flood, it was about, I think 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Stefan and Sophie had just gone to bed upstairs. We had turned the electricity off in the whole house because we kind of figured that the water was gonna come in because it was really, really high in our front yard. And I went downstairs at about 9 and was looking around and I saw a couple of wet spots, and then I realized that the water was coming in and it was coming in everywhere at the same time. So I definitely felt like the movie Titanic, you know, when they're walking downstairs and the water keeps rushing in. I definitely had a little panic freak out moment. So I ran upstairs and I woke up Stefan and we just tried to get as much stuff upstairs as we could because we didn't know how high the water was gonna get. We had already taken up all of our rugs and things like that, but I had some clothes in the closets hanging on hangers that I was like, well, if the water gets higher than a foot, then all this stuff's gonna get wet. So we carried all that upstairs like maniacs. And then eventually just went to bed, which sounds crazy, but you know, what are you gonna do? Thankfully, she was already asleep and she kind of missed the whole thing. And then when we woke up the next morning, we went downstairs and it was at about 2 feet. I marked the spot on the wall with a Sharpie at about 1 or 2 in the morning just to see how much higher it would get. And it hadn't gotten any higher, even though it was still kind of drizzling. So we looked out into our front yard and we saw that there were already people coming by in boats and canoes and kayaks trying to get people out of their houses, because at this point we didn't know if the water was gonna rise even more. It was still kind of raining off and on. So we packed our things and about, 3 hours later we got picked up with a kayak and went to the neighborhood community center and then got picked up by our aunt and uncle. Luckily, all of our families, their houses didn't flood, so we had somewhere to go, which was lucky for us. So I will show you guys around a little bit, I guess kind of like what's left of our house. I'll kind of start back where our mud room is and flip you guys around. So as you can see, we've got no walls. Hi, Sophie.
Hi.
This is where our beautiful kitchen used to be. Had to rip everything out. This is where the island was. This is the view into our living room. So if you walk over here to the front door, you can actually see the water line. And just to give you guys a little perspective, so the water was basically up to my knees. So this is where our bedroom used to be. This is our bathtub. Lovely. And this is the bathroom. So when the water came in, our tub is actually acrylic and not porcelain. So there was so much water, it actually floated the tub up. I'll have to insert some pictures. So the big question for us right now is what to do. Because we flooded last year and we fixed the house up and kind of took out walls and redid the floors and redid the kitchen and really turned it into our dream house. That's kind of made this whole experience even worse for us because I really have no desire to fix it again. We're always going to be scared that water's going to come into the house. So for us, ideally, we would sell the house as is to an investor and just start over somewhere. But yeah, that's kind of our plan right now. Can you tell everybody, what are we looking for in a new house?
Beautiful house.
A beautiful house?
Ours, this one is broken.
Yeah, this house is broken. What happened to this house?
Of course, there came water in it and to fix it and again. Thanks for watching. Bye.